Captain's Log 200508.1. My security systems inform me that there is in fact a portal not so far away. This portal would allow me to go to the waters surrounding Morskar. I'm half tempted. If only so I could pee on what was once Magog's tower. Once I've made my decision, I will inform Subfleet of what we do next. Welcome everyone to the 6th This Week at Twitter or Twat. Today I have 8 subjects I would very much like to address after spending the week trolling through Twitter to find about 30. These are the 8 I thought were the funniest and most interesting and thought-provoking. First, let's start with Friends of Journalism. The term Karen is being used as a sexist and racist slur. Considering this is an equivalent of the N-word for white women, should it be banned on Twitter? If no, explain. When the Karen meme first surfaced, I was playing a game called Barents Fishing. In that, I have an employee who works on my boat called Karen Hamilton. I didn't know of the Karen meme, and when people kept saying Karen will go speak to the manager, I thought they were referring to the game. Little did I know Karen was a meme. Oh boy, this is Karen, by the way, on my boat, with those psychotic eyes that one day I'm terrified will turn and look at me. Yes, I think that would be one of the greatest jump scares to ever happen in a fishing simulator. Karen is not the white N-word. Karen is just a term for a type of person. Anyone can be a Karen if they really want to be. I'm hoping one day it'll go on someone's CV as a badge of honour, like an STD. Next, so let's go to greatest of all time Sebi, who tweeted out, "As some of you may know, I am the recent $3.4 million lotto winner. I would like to spread some positivity, so I'm sending $1,000 to the first 100,000 people that retweet this. Comment done after you've retweeted." As proof of this, they've included a picture of a PayPal balance. A quick Google search confirmed this is not Sebi's. This is actually a dead meme from a long time ago. But let's also ignore the fact that 1,000 times 100,000 does not equal anything less than 3.4 million. Oh dear Lord. The number of people who fell for this is astonishing. A number of creators I know, in fact. It's how I saw it. It's how I didn't believe it. It's how I called it out. Cringe. I can understand in trying times many people would want to pounce on something like this in the vain hope that they may have something rather difficult in their lives alleviated. Money is certainly a powerful motivator in these trying times. But do try to practice some level of skepticism, please. I beg. Next we go to not a cringy TikTok tweeted out by Ariella Scarcella, but instead this tweet by Undead2004. The thing about this is that Twitter account no longer exists. There is a new account related to Mr. Undead, but it's not this one. So I can't tell if it's a Poe or not, but I think it's worth acknowledging. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker and Endgame sounds to me like somebody hasn't watched the Ernest franchise, which is clearly the superior movies. Failing that, I would argue Addams Family and Addams Family Values are better. But I will, for the sake of it, defer to the greater judgment of the lovely, lovely people who watch these videos. Please do tell me what you think the 2 greatest movies ever made are. Stupidest answers are the best answers. I expect nothing but the finest from you. Next, we go to Kirsten Powers, a USA Today columnist, who, along with a number of other people, has decided to ride the Biden train and decide to, let's say, deflect, project, and look like massive Muppets by saying, "As I pointed out in my column today, there is no, air quotes, double standard in the way Kavanaugh was treated versus how Biden was treated. A few Dems called for immediate withdrawal of nomination, but the prevailing view was that the accusations should be heard and investigated. Same should be done with Reed, or Tara Reid." This particular conversation, by the way, is going to come back up in a moment. Yes. The problem is, when the Brett Kavanaugh stuff was going down, Kirsten Powers, double standard much, because she applied the opposite when Kavanaugh was being investigated and even used in her own column her platform to suggest that her own unrelated experience was evidence of Brett Kavanaugh's guilt. This level of I want to say cognitive dissonance, but let's just go with lack of intelligence, is astonishing. The blindedness of people to, but we need to beat Trump mentality is astonishing. By the way, this is going to carry on for 2 more people. So next we're going to go to Richard N. Comey, who sadly has a protected Twitter account, so I couldn't get him to accept my follow request so I could find the tweet, but no doubt it has been deleted. But thankfully, this tweet, judging by the position of the female vagina, it will not be easy for anyone to just put their finger into the vagina, unless there is some cooperation from the female herself. That is why I believe Tara Reid's allegations is false. She is looking for attention. Okay, so there are a number of mistakes with this, and it's astonishing that a Democrat for New Hampshire would say this. Sorry, I mean to say former congressional Democrat for New Hampshire. This is how I know it's not a Poe or a joke or made up, because he had to resign. He was asked to, and he complied. Got to love your state so much you're willing to tarnish its name by being so absolutely intellectually stunted. This, by the way, the victim blaming, yeah. Until all the facts come out, this is bad tactics. And considering what the progressive stack believe when it comes to listen and believe, it's astonishing that just when someone doesn't agree with you or they attack senpai in the case of creepy Uncle Joe, how low some will sink just cause we've got to beat Trump, yo, even if it is with a geriatric zombie. But he isn't the only person involved. Another one did. Does anyone remember the TV show Will and Grace? I do. It was marginally amusing when I was younger. Now it's just cringe. Deborah Messing, the lead actress on that show, tweeted this out. Oh boy, I can't help but wonder why you deleted it. It shall remain a mystery until the end of my days. One must, of course, seek to character assassinate someone accusing Senpai Uncle Joe, because we can't do anything else yet, even though we really should let this go to court. But no, we got to defeat Trump. Trump's going to win in 2020, you know, and there's nothing you can do about it. For 4 years you lost, and you lost because of bad tactics. When he walks away after serving 8 years, you'll say his reign of tyranny is over. No one else will say it. They'll just say the Democrats looked like absolute fools for 8 years because they couldn't act like grown-ups. Even though it was nothing but a minority being incredibly vocal and tarnishing the Democratic Party's name. Next, we on YouTube love the ADL. The ADL serve and protect us from all those horrible wordsmiths who go out of their way to spew bile, like the fascist Tommy Robinson. Do I need my sarcasm sign for that? Snowflake. Okay, so the ADL absolute fools. I don't like them, not a fan, and I don't care for them in the slightest. They tweeted out this. Steam, the largest and most important online store for PC gamers, offers white supremacists a new outlet for their hateful rhetoric and calls for violence. More on Steam's role as a host for this dangerous ideology in our latest report. In their report, they are pro-censorship. Okay, just work with me here for a second, ADL. If we remove those suspected of white supremacy from platforms, where do they go next? Think about it. They're not going to change their mind if all you do is revoke their access to sites. The answer, by the way, is you have no idea, because you've just revoked their ability to use something. That's all you've done. I would much rather, if we are going to go with the line of the white supremacists being the enemy, to have them in front of me, because then at least I know where they are. I'll let you all decide if we should consider white supremacists to be an enemy, and of course what is and is not a white supremacist, because apparently there is some form of a line. I personally don't care. No lives matter after all. To the final story, we're going to go to Kraut and Tea. He was once a YouTuber who did social commentary within the culture war. It can be argued the alt-right videos he made, along with the server he made that did research on them, you can by all means call it whatever you like, I don't care, was his undoing. And it did a lot of damage to his channel. I personally did not believe he would ever make any kind of discernible comeback, but he did, and he is now successful again. Congratulations to you. People won't forget what you did then. They certainly won't forget what you did before then, but you should be very proud of what you've managed to accomplish since then. Who has tweeted this out? People asking him to make culture war videos because he's better than them, yo. No one is better than anyone in any genre at anything. If you think you're better than somebody, you are arrogant. Are you arrogant, Kraut? Okay, to backtrack on that slightly, we're all better than T-Series, but only because T-Series sucks. I hope my microphone struggled with that. As with all subjects, I want to know which one you think is the stupidest. Do let me know in the comments down below. I hope you'll have a fantastic Friday and subsequent weekend, and thank you all for listening.